Well, 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 what are we saying about that performance? Look, let me get the caveat out of the way nice and early because, yeah, listen, I can talk about this for this result, that performance for ages. And until I say what I'm about to say, you cynics out there, and I shouldn't even say the cynics, right? Even the experienced fans out there, they're going to be saying in their own head, but it's only a friendly. So let me just get it out of the way. Yes, it's only a friendly. In this preseason, Man United beat Liverpool 4-0. Who would you rather be, United or Liverpool? So come on, I get it. It's a friendly. It doesn't mean anything. I know. But I don't want to sit here and talk for 5 minutes about how it's only a friendly. What I am actually going to do is talk about what I saw. So yes, it's only a friendly, but let's talk about that friendly. And for those people that say it doesn't matter, I hear you. But would you rather have had Arsenal's performance today? Or would you rather have had Chelsea's performance today for your own team? If your answer to that question is, it doesn't matter, then fine. You're staying true to your word. But clearly, every single one of you knows you'd rather your team were the team in red today. The team that played like Arsenal today. So it does matter a little bit. Because if it didn't matter, you wouldn't care. But you do care. And you are happy. And you saw good stuff. And you'd rather not be Chelsea today. So it matters a little bit. And what really matters is, can we play like that when it really matters every single week in the Premier League season? Because if we do, we are a serious team. And look, let me remind you, right? The first 15 minutes of that game, Chelsea were physical. The amount of Conor Gallagher could have had a yellow card straight away in the first 15 minutes. They were coming out there trying to impose themselves on us, be physical, and we just bossed it. Not only did we stand up to the physical battle, not let it get to us, but we played through it. We really did. And the reason why I talk about that physical start to the game, Chelsea didn't turn up today to just get their fitness levels up. Jorginho actually said before this game, when you play Arsenal, it's never a friendly. So who are we to disagree with Jorginho, right? If he's saying it himself, I hear it, man. The way you played today, the way Chelsea played today, if you're telling me it wasn't a friendly for you guys, well, you got battered. And listen, I will take it with a pinch of salt. I don't assume that they're going hell for leather. And we also have to bear in mind that, they're starting centre-backs. Thiago Silva's wife is going to have to release another video, for God's sake, right now, to make excuses for him and how bad that defensive performance was from Chelsea. And yeah, look, Koulibaly had to come on in the second half, but even when he came on, what changed? Arsenal still bossed it. We still dominated. We know that Chelsea have had huge defensive changes since last season with Rudiger gone, Christensen. Yes, they're in the market for Koundé and they've got Koulibaly. He hasn't really played for them properly yet. So this can't be how bad Chelsea are going to be next season. But listen, man, we can either focus on Chelsea, how they played, what personnel they did or didn't have, or we can focus on Arsenal. In Arsenal, man, I was very impressed because, friendly or not, our forward passing, our intensity, our high pressing, the way we were able to beat the press at all different stages of the pitch. I'm talking about Ramsdale, from Ramsdale all the way to Gabriel Jesus. It was absolutely brilliant. It was really pleasing to see. Ramsdale at the start of last season was a revelation. All of us were just so pleased with his distribution. And a lot of us realised that over the course of the season, it kind of tailed off a little bit. But he was back on it today. The way we mixed it up, we were just sort of casual on the ball when our defence or our goalkeeper had it, sucking Chelsea in. And the ease with which we played through the lines and beat their press was lovely. And then to mix it up, Ramsdale, the amount of times he went long and found his man was absolutely lovely. To have that dynamism in your play, to have that plan B, God, I've missed it so much. And then not only that, I said it in the last game as well, but Gabriel Jesus, his ability, his agility on the ball is just, man, I missed it last season so much when we had Lacazette doing nothing up top. And not only that, Again, I mentioned this last week. Every single time Gabriel Jesus gets the ball, he knows what he's going to do and he does it 100 miles an hour. There's no sort of double checking the picture of the other players on the pitch around him. He knows exactly where everyone is. He knows what he's going to do when he gets the ball and he does it. Some of his touches, his turns, it not only takes pressure off the team because he doesn't have to play the way he's facing always. He can kind of spin and nice little turn and get on the front foot. It creates panic stations in opposing defenders. They did not know how to deal with him. And his finish, oh, delightful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Again, that finish was a player who knew exactly what he was going to do. And, you know, we've missed that up top. We really have missed that effortless, assassin-like temperament up top. We've missed it so much. And I love to see it, man. Listen, I'm not surprised in the slightest. I was very excited about the potential of signing him, and I'm very, very happy we've signed him. But if there were any doubters, I mean, come on, man. This pre-season, surely, even though it's only friendlies, surely has made you a little more excited about what Gabriel Jesus might do for Arsenal in that striking position. Not only that, Martin Odegaard, I thought he was really good as well. And Gabriel and Saliba, they absolutely bossed it. I was really, really curious to see how Saliba fares against Timo Werner. Because, yeah, Timo Werner might not be the most clinical player in the world. But he's actually a player that I look at and I think to myself, you impact the game. You're very difficult to control in a game. And Saliba just matched him stride for stride. And Werner is rapid. I thought Saliba was brilliant, man. Really, really happy with him. The whole team was absolutely brilliant. In fact, you know, the only person where I felt like I wanted a little bit more was actually Zinchenko, and the only thing that I noticed about him was his positioning was slightly off-centre in terms of blocking crosses. I felt like too many crosses got past him. And if that's the only criticism I can come up with, a player that's played his first ever game for Arsenal, you know, I mean, come on. We did brilliantly today. I'm really, really pleased by it, really happy by it. And I'm excited now. Now the excitement has really hit me for the start of the season, because against Orlando in our last game, I was thinking, man, 16 days away from the season start and I'm not really sure if we're ready. Today we showed we're ready. And clearly, if you're a Chelsea fan, you'd be a bit worried because we dominated them, man. This was not even close. First half, second half, first 11, after the subs were made, nothing changed. We absolutely bossed it. I'm absolutely thrilled with the way we played today. And yes, it is only a friendly, but honestly, the way I see it is I can't remember Arsenal playing this well in many friendlies that I can remember. So if we take this level of intensity, that level of football, that level of pressing, if we take all of that into a competitive game, I think we'll be faring just fine. I really do. Now, listen, it all comes down, we've got Emirates Cup to go, you know, so, you know, there's other games before we have our first competitive Premier League opener against Crystal Palace. But I feel like we're well placed. I feel like we're well positioned. Let me know what you thought of this game today in the comments. And let me know, like, look, should we read into it or not? Overall, I know that friendlies don't mean anything in terms of result. But when I focus on the football, when I focus on the pressing, when I focus on the intensity, I'm really happy. And that's what I'm looking at today. And that's why I'm happy today. Because whether we won 1-0, 2-3, 4, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, the good work that we did on the pitch that led us to get to that result, that's what matters. And if we can do that against Palace, I think we'll be in a good place to start the season off well. And man, after last season, the opener against Brentford, away from home, London derby, and then after that, we lost the other two games, we were always on the back foot. Hopefully we start this season on the front foot and we get some proper belief. Now, until we play Palace for that season opener, it's all about, look, can we add an extra bit of quality to midfield? That's where I think we really need it. There's rumours of a winger as well. I'm not even sure that's an absolute essential. For me, it's the midfield. But, you know, listen, man, if we're going to improve the team, if we're going to add quality, I'm happy. Let me know in the comments what position you feel like is the most important to add. And then on top of that, it's about getting some players out of the door because we've got a massive, massive squad. And when you think about players, you know, that have still got to come into the team, like Emil Smith-Rowe, for example. We've even got Balogun, who didn't get any minutes today. We've got a very good squad, and hopefully we can make that even better. Exciting times to be an Arsenal fan right now, because, as I say, if we can convert all of this stuff that we're doing in this friendly into competitive games, I'm looking forward to the season. See you next time. Hopefully it'll be another brilliant performance, another win, and I cannot wait for the season to start. Take care.